A very good morning to all of you and welcome to the session. At the outset, I have a very bad throat. I may sound a little different. Please bear with that. And I may clear my voice quite often, my throat quite often. You have to bear with that also. Now, let us start the session with a question. Based on this session, what is the enrichment? There are about 6 to 7 areas you are going to improve. The very first one, which is very important, comprehension skill. And based on today's editorial from the Hindu paper, what is today's editorial about? It is about, broadly, relates to, belongs to the area of polity, constitution. But specifically, it goes with preamble. In the preamble, two words, secular and socialist. So it's all about that settled semantics. Sometimes what happens, we have editorials to which we can relate immediately. They go with everyday life and popular topics. But sometimes we come across editorials that deal with intellectual stuff. They go with professionals, not for a layman. In a way, to understand an editorial like this, you need a bit of professional background or a bit of awareness regarding Indian constitution and preamble. If you have that, easy to follow. Otherwise, also not a big deal. Once you listen to me, you can get the gist of the editorial. As I said, today's editorial, polity related, there are some important words. 15 plus words are there, but I'm going to show important words. First one, secular. Second one, socialist. Third, preamble. Fourth, semantics. Pander, important word. It goes with same thing, so I don't want to repeat. Effective English today have brought idioms, 5 idioms, very important. They've given many a time. Break the ice, burn one's fingers, bring something to the table, blow hot and cold, bury the hatchet. Give me a second. Besides, I'm going to touch one particular rule, very important, based on the editorial. I'm going to give tips related to smart learning. And today you're going to work on exam topics like reading comprehension skill, error location, pillars, word meaning, phrase replacement, not writing skill, idioms, and last slide deals with vocab consolidation. And some students wanted me to start headlines also, words from the front page of the Hindu paper. We'll do it today. This is the front page of today's editorial, and here we have 4 or 5 snippets, 5 snippets. You can definitely learn from the snippets, from the headlines also. You come across important words. Let us see the first one. China used India Pak conflict as a live lab. The word lab goes with sciences, obviously, biology, chemistry, physics. But here it has nothing to do with those labs. Here it means something like a place to do research. So, what does it talk about? China used India Pak conflict as a live lab. They must have studied the conflict between India and Pakistan. They must have drawn their own inferences. Based on that, the snippet. Coming to the second one, it is about Manas Sarovar Yatra. And we have an important word, two important words. One, let us see what it is. Arduous trek amid multiple challenges. So it is about a trek. Then immediately you have to recollect two words. One, hike, the other one, obviously, trek. If you ask me, sir, what is the difference between hiking and trekking? Hiking means a long walk in the lowland areas. Trekking, long walk in the mountain region. Because it talks about Manas Sarovar Yatra, Himalayan range, arduous trek, not hike. Trek, arduous, important word. Something that demands a lot of effort. Yes, very good, Tripura Sundari. Uphill task. Amid is important. There's another word, amidst. Spelling is different, meaning is the same. Means what? In the middle of. Arduous trek amid multiple challenges. Many challenges are there. In spite of that, they have gone on a trek to Manas Sarovar. So Manas Sarovar Yatra. Next one, it is about elections. 87 enumeration forms distributed in Bihar. There is one important word here, enumerate, enumeration. Means what? You mention things one by one after the other. You list out one by one. That is known as enumeration, an important word. Coming to the next snippet, two democracies and the echoes of tyranny. Here there's an important word, tyranny, tyrant. It is about, it is related to politics and related to administration in a way. The moment you see tyranny, you have to recollect words like dictatorship, tyrant, dictator, autocrat, despot. All these words you have to recollect. Very important. The last snippet is about sports, related to sports. Siraj Akash hit back to give India big lead. Means they have done a good job. Simple words, nothing to learn. Coming to the main headline of today's the Hindu paper front page, Modi hails the 35 million diaspora as India's pride. There are two or three words important here, especially the first one. Today, you all know bank exams, multiple words with multiple meanings. There's an exam topic, word usage. Here, hail has three different meanings. One meaning, based on this context, praise. The Prime Minister Modi has or hails someone, praises someone, one meaning. Second meaning, someone is from Vishakhapatnam, his birthplace. Then what do you say? He hails from Vishakhapatnam. Second meaning, origin of birth or origin of something. Third meaning, imagine there's a storm, heavy rain, and along with water, you get small ice balls. That is known as hailstorm. So, all these words you have to recollect, meanings you have to recollect. And 35 million diaspora, an important word. Diaspora means what? Imagine a lot of Indians from this country, they have gone to some other country and they got settled over there. And Indians in some other country, for them, we use the word diaspora. We say Indian diaspora in the US, Indian diaspora in the UK. These are the expressions you have to know. As India's pride, obviously, and those guys who go abroad, majority, they do well. Who is this Naidu Paidi? Very good. So when people move out of a country or a place, what is a simple word? Migration. But large number of people go out of a country, exodus. Check the messages, keep checking the comments. You can learn a lot. Our students, they do value addition. Exodus, you have to recollect. Deportation, you have to recollect. Because I'm not sure about the time, morning batch also almost ran out of time. Today I will touch the top snippets and the main headlines. Here we have a pic, beautiful pic, and it says golden mist. There's one important word here, exam point of view, mist. There are two words, three words you have to recollect. One, based on this, fog, smog, mist, dew. Generally, we compare and contrast fog and mist. What is the difference? Both mean cloudy thing or smoke. Fog means at lowland areas. Excuse me. Lowland areas, you see smoke, that is known as fog. Cloud, that is fog. But if that fog is mixed with smoke in cities like Delhi, that is known as smog. Mist, the same thing, mountain region, we use the word mist. Remember the first letter in mountain, M. The first letter in mist, M. You can relate. Next time you won't get confused. India may levy retaliatory tariffs on US exports. Levy means impose. Usually it goes with punishment, it goes with taxes, it goes with tariffs. Retaliatory. Retaliate means to give back. SC to examine Tamil Nadu's plea against HC stay on university laws. There are two words you have to focus on. One, plea. Plea means what? Request, urge. Second, university. Answer my question, a university or an university? What do you say? It begins with a vowel letter. You cannot say an university because it has a consonantal sound. We have to say a university. That is very important. Nipah virus resurfaces in Kerala, two new cases reported. Simple, nothing to learn. That's all about this editorial. Please excuse me. That's all about snippets and headlines from today's front page of the Hindu paper. Now let us go to inputs. First one, vocab. The very first word, secular. Part of speech, adjective. Meaning, not connected with religious or spiritual matters. In politics, impartial to all religion. One meaning, secular, means not connected with religious or spiritual matters. In the field of politics, impartial to all religion, respecting all religions. See, today I will touch synonyms. Morning also I did the same, bilingual batch. Non-religious, worldly, non-spiritual. Antonyms, religious, clerical, theocratic. Two words are important here. Theocratic. From this, you have to recollect the word theology. Logy means scientific study. Theo means religion. So theology means what? Scientific study of religion. Clerk, you all know, but here it's a different spelling altogether, different meaning also. Clerical means related to religion. These two words are important. What is the second word? Socialist. Adjective. These words are from the preamble, Indian Constitution. When you read the preamble, you come across definition of India. What is the philosophy behind? India is a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic. Two words have been taken. They are in the limelight. Debate is on based on the relevance of those two words. Based on that, this editorial. Socialist, part of speech adjective, it can also be noun. Related to socialism, a system in which the means of production are owned and regulated by the state, means government or community as a whole. But here you have to recollect the word communism, communist. There is subtle difference. What is that subtle difference? And you should also think of the word capitalist. Capitalist means private sector, communist public sector, and a socialist mix of these two. We have both public sector and private sector. Today, if you take banks, we have in the public sector, we have in the private sector. Synonyms, egalitarian, very important word. They have given many a time. What does it mean? You treat everyone equal. Then egalitarian society, leftist, collectivist. Antonyms, capitalist, individualist, libertarian. Preamble. It's all about what is there in the preamble, today's editorial. Part of speech, noun. An introductory statement in a document. Constitution is like a document, introductory statement that explains its purpose of the Constitution, underlying philosophy. Underlying means behind, not explicit, implicit. Underlying philosophy. Synonyms, introduction, simple word, preface, prologue, and antonyms, conclusion, epilogue. Prologue, epilogue. Semantics, an important word. The word semantics goes with language and linguistics, but here it has been used in the field of polity. Part of speech, noun. Literal meaning, the study or meaning of words and language, but sometimes used to dismiss an argument as being only about wording. Only about wording you pick up, you start an argument, then we can say purely semantic. And synonyms, meaning, linguistics, interpretation. Antonyms, ambiguity, vagueness. Tenets, another important word. Part of speech, noun. Core principles, important principles or beliefs of a system or ideology or religion, any of these for that matter. And synonyms of principles, beliefs, and doctrines. Doctrine means philosophy, religion, system of belief. Antonyms, disbeliefs, doubts, denials. Pander, very important word because we have another word. What is that word? Ponder. Tell me what is the meaning of ponder? Many of our students know. Ponder means to think deeply. To think deeply. Ponder, contemplate, contemplate. introspect. All these words you have to recollect. Brood over, dwell on. But here, what is the word pander? Verb. To gratify or cater to someone's lower taste or desires, often insincerely for personal gain. You try to make someone happy, appease someone, touching their desires, but not higher level, lower level, because you have some gain. You feel some gain you're going to get. There's an ulterior motive. Synonyms: appease, an important word, cater, flatter. Immediately, as a smart learner, you have to recollect the word flattery. What is the meaning of flattery? False praise, not sincere praise, flattery. Don't fall for flattery. There's a saying in English. Ah, very good, Nagesh. I appreciate that. Rake up. Rake up means what? Please, generally, what happens, we take things for granted. When we see rake up, we think of wake up. But reason, sycophant. How do you pronounce that? Very good, Naidu. Sycophant. Appeasement. Yes, who is this? Rare talent. Wonderful. Wake up, get up. Tell me what is the difference? Wake up means to come out of sleep. Get up means to come out of bed. Generally, we don't ask someone, what time do you wake up? We ask, what time do you get up? Because that's what matters. Imagine you wake up at 4, but you get up at 8. So, what matters is what time you get up, come out of bed. Synonyms: revive, dredge up, important expression, reopen. Antonyms: resolve, bury, forget. Imagine there's a controversial issue and people forgot, but someone takes it out and creates a controversy. Then we have to use rake up. Now let us go to comprehension related editorial. All these are the exam topics you can deal with based on comprehension skill. Initially, I told every day I don't have to tell, quick glance, then we move on. What is a broad outline of this editorial? This will help many students, so listen very carefully. Before you read the editorial, spend some time on the broad frame line, a broad outline. Then it becomes easy for you to follow the editorial. It starts with rising political demand. What is this rising, going up, rise, raise? You have to recollect. Rising political demand. Some political parties have started demanding removal of two words, one secular, the other socialist, from the preamble of Indian Constitution. It is all about that introduction. Then the writer provides us historical background. Question: when? Initially, when we got independence, at the time of framing the constitution, the fathers of Indian constitution did not include these words because they were not relevant, though underlying philosophy was there. But during 1970s, through a particular amendment, I'm going to read out that when we go to editorial, through a particular amendment, they introduced these two words in the preamble. That is the historical background. Conceptual clarification. Now, writer tells us what is the exact meaning of secular and socialist. Next one, editorial talks about political irony. Many of our students know the other word here, ironical. Tell me what is the other word, synonym, paradoxical. What does it mean? At the same time, you see positive and negative aspects. Initially positive, same person turns negative. That is paradoxical, ironical. It is about a particular party, a particular group. Initially, they supported those two words. Now they are opposing those two words. That is irony. That is ironical. Boomerang has a different meaning, Naidu, but I appreciate paradoxical, exactly. Writer's viewpoint. What does the writer think about this particular issue? And final message. The editorial opines. Already, it belongs to semantics. The words have settled in the preamble. There is no pointing in raking up these two words and making an issue and bringing them into the limelight. Editorial opines it's a futile effort, means useless. Instead of engaging in semantic and symbolic debates, political groups should focus on tangible issues affecting citizens. Tangible, an important word. What does it mean? Concrete. What is the opposite? Intangible. Intangible means what? Abstract. And here, tangible issues, important issues in this context. Because India is a third world country, developing country, the focus should be on issues like infrastructure, inclusive growth, inflation, unemployment, underdevelopment. These are the areas to be focused at this juncture, not on issues forgotten, settled, and related to semantics. And before I start the editorial analysis, I would like to a word of caution. Today's editorial is, in a way, about a particular party, and editorial has taken a negative stand. Writer has taken a negative stand against the party, and whatever I'm going to say, it is not my personal opinion. It is not subjective. It is purely objective. And analysis is based on what is written in the editorial, and analysis is based on improving English language proficiency. Keep that in mind and listen and try to improve your English. No political stand, nothing whatsoever. Because in the past, some people, when I did analysis related to political parties, they thought my personal opinions. I'm not here to give my personal opinion, express my personal opinion. I'm here to enrich your language proficiency. Very simple. What is a stimulus? Settled semantics. Already those two words got settled in the preamble. What are those two words? Secular, socialist. On the preamble and divisive debates. Those two words are in the preamble, and right now, bringing those two words in the limelight is nothing but creating a debate, is nothing but, in the opinion of the editorial, dividing people of a particular society, divisive debates. And because the topics are in the limelight, that is a stimulus to write this editorial. What is the main idea? Nothing of worth, not worthwhile, nothing of worth will be gained. I would like to reiterate, I told twice or thrice, this color indicates vocab related, this pure yellow indicates grammar related. So keep in mind and try to recollect as a smart learner. Nothing of worth will be gained by removing two words from the preamble. Main idea, crystal clear, editorial opines, by removing two words from from the preamble of the Constitution, we are not going to get anything. We are not going to achieve anything. It's a futile effort. Better things are there to be focused. This is the main idea. But grammar point, if you answer my question, which tense is this? Naidu has already answered. I appreciate that. It is a future tense, not an active voice, passive voice. We will gain something. Something will be gained by us. You have to get both the patterns, very important. Now, what is the issue? It starts with the issue. Issue. The call. These sentences, when you listen, when you read as a smart learner and try to identify the subject, the clauses, the phrases, object, verb, object. That practice every day will help in the exam. Here the subject is the call. And after that, for the removal, call for what? For the removal of the words secular and socialist. From where? From the preamble to the Constitution of India is no longer. See, the actual subject is the call, singular, and the verb is here. In between, we have phrases. Is no longer a fringe fantasy. The call is no longer a fringe fantasy. There are two words here. One is a fantasy. You all know fantasy means what? Imagination. And what is the other word? Fringe. Fringe has two different meanings. One, border, along the margin, fringe. But here another meaning, not that important. Fringe issue means what? Not that important. In this context, the second meaning. So it starts with a particular issue, demand for removal of two words. And it starts with the opinion. What is opinion? In a way, present scenario, this call or demand is no longer a fringe fantasy. Means sometimes some demands are not that important. They don't come to the center stage. They are at the periphery. You can also think of the word periphery. And only a few look at that. But once the issue comes to the center stage, entire community, entire group, entire country focuses on that particular issue. So now this has come to the center stage, has come to the limelight, removing these two words. That's what it means. With someone as senior and influential as a Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh RSS General Secretary Dattatreya making a public statement in support of the idea, it has now acquired a present perfect active voice, a new urgency and prominence in national politics. Why has it come to the limelight? Prominence means importance, important, prominent, important. Now, today, present scenario, this has become, it has come to the limelight, it has become an important issue. Why has it become an important issue? A writer gives a reason. Why? Because a person like General Secretary, RSS General Secretary Dattatreya, he is a senior and also influential person. A person with that stature made a public statement in support of the idea. What is the idea? Removing the two words from the preamble. Based on that, it has now acquired a new urgency and prominence in national politics. Because of his stature, people value him, people respect his words. This topic, this issue has become part of the national politics, important in national politics. Now, the writer tells us provides a historical background. Initially framing the constitution, these words were not there, they were not part of the preamble. They were introduced in 70s and during the reign of Indira Gandhi. The words secular and socialist were introduced. Past tense, passive voice. When or how? Through the 42nd Amendment to the Constitution. Here, how? When? During the emergency under Prime Minister Indira Gandhi in 1976. How was it introduced? These two words in the preamble through the 42nd Amendment, important from current affairs point of view, because it is in the limelight. And when means during whose reign or term? Prime Minister Indira Gandhi, way back in 1976. Here, that time what happened, the Janata Party government affiliated to RSS, they replaced Indira Gandhi. They came to power. When they came to power, they brought in many changes, reversed a lot of changes made in the constitution during the emergency. But they did not touch these two words. They did not remove secular and socialist. Sentence talks about when it was introduced and the role of Janata Party, which came into power after emergency. And the Janata Party government, an important point here for that paradoxical nature, RSS affiliated leaders that replaced Indira Gandhi and reversed a lot of changes made in the constitution during the emergency, let these words stay, allowed these words stay. Not only that, they supported also, these sentences talk about support from the Janata and RSS affiliated groups. These concepts were so central to the constitution of the new republic that its original authors did not think it was even necessary to use these words in the preamble. Initially, the original authors, they did not think of these words because there was no necessity. But later, what happened after 2 decades, 1970s, when a conflict over India's national identity began to emerge, past tense, when did it begin to emerge? During the 1970s. Indira Gandhi thought, here it is in past, so will change to would, thought it would be appropriate, apt, and also politically rewarding to make these amendments. So initially, they were not part of the preamble of the Indian Constitution, but during the reign of Indira Gandhi during 70s, they were introduced. And for two reasons. One, political gain, appropriate, and politically rewarding, ulterior motive, according to the editorial. And now about the support from the Hindutva camp. The Hindutva camp never really opposed these concepts historically. Today we have this concept of Hindutva promoted by the BJP. And the sentence talks about historically they never opposed these two words. Gandhian socialism was a part of the core tenets Values of the Jansangh. Jansangh, what is this Jansangh? The earlier avatar of the Bharatiya Janata Party. They adopted Gandhian socialism and they were part of the core tenets of the Jansangh, means core principles of the Jansangh. And they never opposed. Hindutva proponents, proponents means advocates, those who support, accused their rivals of following pseudo secularism and by implication claimed to be genuine secularists. Imagine that time when these words were introduced, some people must have opposed, saying that we don't want these uh, pseudo secularists, and they are labeled pseudo secularists, and that is named pseudo secularism. Here, pseudo means false or fake. Ah, very good, Divya. It talks about Hindutva proponents accuse their rivals, saying that they are pseudo secularists, not secularists in the real sense. From that, by implication, what does it mean? What is the implication here? Claim to be genuine secularists. This sentence means Hindutva proponents criticize some people saying that they are pseudo secularists. When they say that, indirectly they are telling we are genuine secularists. When I say you are not right, when I point out someone, in a way I'm telling I am right. That's what it means. This is a paradox. Today, the same party is opposing these two words based on that ironical, paradoxical. Now, the writer tells us what exactly these words or concepts they mean in the real sense. The words secular and socialist have attained meaning specific to the Indian context over the years. Meanings change. Now they have attained present perfect active voice specific to the Indian context over the years. India has been changing. 1947, one particular scenario. 1970s, emergency time, different scenario. Now, 2025, present scenario, entirely different. It has been evolving. Secularism is not. Now, what exactly these concepts mean in the present scenario? Secularism is not a rejection of Indian civilizational heritage. I always tell students, I take a lot of pride also, East or West Indian culture is the best. Secularism is not a rejection of Indian civilization heritage. What is the reason? Our heritage, culturally, historical significance, and historical heritage, cultural heritage. So much and no comparison. We can take a lot of pride in that. When I say, or you say I'm secular, it doesn't mean that we are refusing India's cultural heritage or historical heritage. That's what the writer is telling us. Secularism is not a rejection of Indian civilizational heritage or any religion for that matter, but a commitment to equal treatment of all faiths by the state. So, what exactly does it mean, secular? It doesn't mean rejecting our religion, it doesn't mean rejecting other religions, it means respecting all religions. Indira Gandhi had been viewed, this is an important pattern. It is in past perfect tense, but active voice or passive voice? Passive voice. Had been viewed. They had viewed Indira Gandhi, active voice. Indira Gandhi had been viewed, passive voice, as someone pandering, trying to satisfy the needs of desires of not higher level, lower level, certain groups, pandering to Hindu sentiments, in a way, Hindu groups. Socialism, now the second term, writer is giving conceptual clarity. Socialism is not about hostility to private property or enterprise. Hostility, we have got many a time. Enmity, antagonistic. Ah, very good. Triple Sundari. But what does it mean? A pragmatic. Pragmatic means what? Practical. Pragmatic appreciation of the fact that the state must take personal obligation imposed by the writer, proactive measures, we have got this word, taking the initiative before being told, measures to tackle poverty and expand opportunities for the deprived sections of society. What is the socialism? You have to have some background, political, polity related knowledge. Today we take the world, we talk in terms of first world, second world, third world. What is the first world? industrially developed capitalist countries. What is the second world? Industrially developed communist countries. We belong to the third world. Latin American countries, African countries, some Asian countries. What is the third world? Industrially developing socialist countries. That means a mix of public sector, private sector. And why should we take both middle path? Because we have to focus on inclusive growth. All the sections of the society should be included and no one should be marginalized. But a pragmatic appreciation of the fact that India, a state must, here state means government, must take proactive measures to tackle poverty and expand opportunities for the deprived sections of society. Deprived. Yesterday I give underprivileged, downtrodden, grassroots level. The word secularism and socialism reflect a broad consensus in Indian politics that has held for decades. Today, if you take political field, political arena, or the sphere, there is consensus. Means what? Agreement, no opposition regarding these two words, and this has been there for decades. Here it is in has held for decades. Present perfect tense, active voice. That means what? No one has opposed these two terms. There is nothing to be achieved by raking up already settled semantic words and part of semantics settled other meaning also. There's no point in raking up, bringing them out and creating a controversy, a meaningless debate on these words. That is the editorial opines that. Perhaps the debate itself. Now, where should be the focus? India has so many things, has so many problems, challenges, not problems, challenges as a developing country. Writer talks about that. Perhaps the debate itself is objective. Next, he talks about that, but here he say the ulterior motive. Perhaps the debate itself the objective. What is the objective here? To push a divisive agenda, means divide people, without providing any ideological, legal, or practical reasoning for this demand. When we demand something, there should be some reasoning. That could be ideological, legal, or practical, or justice point of view. But no reason, then the issue itself becomes the agenda with some ulterior motive. This is what the editorial says. Now, what should be the focus on? India's challenge is not about these two words, not about, but. Morning batch, one student asked, so what about not only but also? That is one pattern. This is another pattern. Both are correct. Not about that, but about this. India's challenge is not about these two words, but its continuing struggle to tackle discrimination, means prejudice, bias, poverty, and underdevelopment, which are often influenced by the caste and religious origins of its citizens. Today, we have other challenges, and these challenges are related to discrimination, prejudice or bias, poverty, underdevelopment, unemployment, infrastructure related problems. And many of these problems are based on caste and religious origins of its citizens. The Sangh Parivar and the BJP could serve the country better by focusing on these challenges rather than wasting energy on divisive debates on settled semantics. This is a stand taken by the editorial. Editorial says the BJP and the Sangh Parivar, they should not focus on these two words, which are already part of the constitution, settled semantics. Instead of that, they can serve the country in a better way if they focus on issues like unemployment, underdevelopment, infrastructure related, and inclusive growth. These are the areas to be focused. By doing that, they'll be able to offer better service. That's how it ends. Oh, it has taken a lot of time. Now let us go to today I have brought the timer, questions based on your listening and comprehension skill. Your time starts now, and based on the request, today I have brought what is the question about theme based question. Already 8 seconds are over. Try to answer quickly. What is the central theme of the editorial? Excuse me. Your time is up. Many students have answered C. The futility. Futile means what? Waste, useless. The futility and divisiveness of debates on removing secular and socialist from the preamble. Answer is C. Question number 2. Your time starts now. Tone based question. What is the tone of the editorial? When you go through the editorial, you understand it is completely criticizing the stand taken by some political parties. Then you cannot think of positive words. That's how you have to tackle the question. Time is up. You cannot use the positive words with positive options: celebratory, optimistic, neutral, descriptive, nostalgic, going into thinking of the past, sentimental, not relevant. So, what is the answer? Critical, at the same time, cautionary. Your time starts now. Question number 3, based on explicit information. That means already provided in the editorial. According to the editorial, what was the context in which secular and socialist were added to the preamble? Initially, they were not part of the constitution. They were added later. So, what was the context? Based on which context they were added? Please mention the question number. Your time is up. And Kalashri says B. What is B here? Under the emergency imposed by Indira Gandhi in 1976. That's right. A lot of students have got it right. Your time starts now. Inference based question. What can be inferred about the writer's perspective on the 42nd Amendment? What does the writer, what was his perspective regarding this particular amendment? Time is up. Though politically motivated, its outcome aligned with broader constitutional values. There was an ulterior motive, political gain, but eventually what happened? They aligned with, tallied with, matched with broader constitutional values. So there was no need to remove those two words. Very good, you got it right. Your time starts now. Question number 5, a writer's view based question. Which of the following best captures the writer's view on secularism in the Indian context? It's all about Indian context. Yes, rare talent, that's right. Both politically motivated and aligned with constitution. Wonderful. Time is up. Answer is Naidu Paidi says 5C. Nagesh, there or not there? Vishnu also, many students. And answer is what? C. Let us see. It promotes atheism. Atheist means what? A person who does not believe in God. Not. It prioritizes minority rights over majority sentiments. No. It ensures equal respect and treatment for all religions. This is the answer. Let us go to questions based on exam topics. Before that, rule. I have brought two sentences. Look at the sentences very carefully. Of the two sentences, one is correct, one is wrong. Tell me which one is correct, which one is wrong. Then I will tell the reason, the rule behind the correct one. All are equal. Yes, Vishnu. Let us see. Let us see what? See. I got it. The Hindutva camp never really opposed these concepts historically. Never the Hindutva camp really opposed these concepts historically. One is right, one is wrong. Which one is right, which one is wrong? Yes, who is this? Shiva Prasad says first one is right. Got it. Now, why is the second one? No, not the second one. Second one is wrong. Why? Now, listen very carefully. There's one word here, never. Never is a negative word. And there's an important rule. What is it? When we begin a sentence with a negative word, I think I've already given this. The clause that follows a negative word should be in interrogative form. Here, the Hindutva camp really opposed these concepts historically. Affirmative form, not correct, should be in interrogative form. So, what is the correct sentence? This is in past tense. Past tense, interrogative form we have to use. Never did the Hindutva camp really oppose, not opposed, did the Hindutva camp really oppose these concepts? If you look at these words from here to here, is it in affirmative form or interrogative form? Interrogative form. Why should we do that? Because we started the sentence with a negative word. Do remember, same rule goes with words like hardly, scarcely, barely, no sooner. And this is an important rule. Again, when you use these words, the combination word when, no sooner, the combination word than. Now, effective English, today I have brought 5 idioms. Try to answer. You may need 1 minute. And here we have idioms and meanings. You have to match. All are very important. They have given many a time. Never did I visit. No, no. I have never visited. I never visited. Nothing wrong. Never did I visit. That is correct. Not never I visited. Who is this rare talent? Break the ice. Imagine you're in a new group, all are strangers, and you experience tense moments. You don't know what to say. Nobody knows how to start. Someone takes the initiative, starts the conversation. Then we say he broke the ice. So what is the answer here? To initiate conversation or reduce social awkwardness. Answer is the third one. Burn one's fingers. You do something risky, you incur losses. Then we say you have burned your fingers. To suffer from a bad experience, especially due to a risk. Answer is 4. Bring something to the table. You bring an important topic to the discussion, then it is known as bring something to the table. And to offer something useful in a discussion or meeting. Blow hot and cold. Mind you, guys, these have been given many a time. I bring only important idioms today based on the letter B, A to Z, and initially 5 each letter, first round. Then we'll see more. And blow hot and cold many a time means what? To act unpredictably or change opinions often? No. Yes, let us see. There is a clue. To act unpredictably or change opinions often means what? Sometimes positive, sometimes negative. Then we say blow hot and cold. Based on that, answer is 2. Bury the hatchet has 2 different meanings. One is you want peace or truce or armistice, then you try to bury the hatchet. You have to recollect these words. And what are you left with? To forgive and forget past arguments. Answer is 5. 3, 4, 1, 2, 5. If you have got all the 5 correct, you should be happy. Let us go to exam topics based questions. First one is not easy. Morning batch, no one could get it right. A word of caution. Your time starts now. So read meticulously and try to spot the error. Morning bilingual session, 6 to 7. No one could spot the error, this particular sentence, this particular question. Now I do very good. If you say 3 or 4, that would have been a surprise for me. It is something like expected from you. 5 out of 5. Mohan, yes, you got it. Or you got all the 5 correct. Very good. I appreciate. Your time is up. Let us see. Now, all right. Very good. Sanjay says B. Kalashri says D. Sukumar says C. Shivaprasad C. Policeman, subject. Often resort to. Present tense, nothing wrong with the verb subject. Resort to what? Torture on suspects without filing. How? Without filing an official complaint or FIR. There's an error in the third part. What is wrong with the third part? Torture on is not correct. Very good. Who is this? Sandhya. I appreciate that. Torture of suspects. The preposition is not correct. Torture on, absolutely wrong. Torture of suspects. Question number 2, rather easy, error location based. From Monday, I may bring the actual mini mock. Each exam topic, 5 questions. Error location, 5 questions. Fillers, 5 questions. Phrase replacement, 5 questions. Like that, I'm going to bring from Monday. Try to answer, try to spot an easy one. The police team was acting under directions of the DSP and had took the suspect to secluded locations. Time is up. Here we have a clue. Had. Any perfect tense, any sentence in passive voice, the main verb is always in past participle form. Take, took, taken. So what is the correct word form here? Had taken. An easy one for many of our students. There's an error in the third part. Now a question based on filler. Your time starts now. I may extend 5 minutes. Is that okay for you guys? 7:55. It may go till 5 past 8. We'll complete the session, all the questions, including consolidation slide. The government's actions, though prompt, quick, were seen as measures. What sort of measures? That failed to address systemic issues. Systematic, proper way. Systemic related to the whole system. Your time is up. We got this word yesterday, and the answer is a cosmetic measures. Cosmetic, the word goes with makeup, fashion industry. But here, cosmetic means superficial, not profound. Impulsive, spontaneous, not correct. Strategic, planned, not correct. Conservative, not open, not correct. Another example, another question based on fillers. Your time starts now. Justice Subramanian described the incident as a case of where the state turned against its own citizen. State against its own citizen. Based on the context, you should decide. Mockery seems right, but betrayal, mockery, your time is up. Mock means what? Imitate. Ridicule, it has a negative connotation. Betrayal means what? Backstabbing. They are not correct in this context. The judge has said organized crime. So what is the answer? C. Very good. Not injustice. We have a question on phrase meaning. What is the phrase here? Fall in line. What is the meaning of the phrase fall in line as used in the editorial? Blind imitation of something, we say ape, aping, not advisable. Positive imitation, excuse me, we say emulate. Nagashri, you can improve by reading the Hindu paper every day based on contextual awareness, and same words get repeated. Have you guys answered? Join a queue? No. Obey or conform? Follow the system. Answer is B. Phrase replacement? Not exactly. Your time starts now. Phrasal verb. It is related more to a phrasal verb. Replace the phrasal verb in bold with a suitable one if needed. The administration took several steps to cover up the failure of the police. Wonderful. Rare talent has a suggestion for you, Nagashri. By reading the Hindu. That's what I said. Exactly. Very good. I appreciate. To cover off, your time is up. What is the answer? To cover up, to hide something negative. Yes. Word usage, your time starts now. Yes. Who is this Vishnu? From 7, listen. Obviously, you attend this session, you can expect a lot of enrichment. What is the word we got yesterday? Important word, a legal term. Impunity means what? Some sort of protection, shield. So, what is the answer? In which sentence it has been used properly? Your time is up. The officer acted with impunity and was immediately imprisoned. No. Protesters demanded an end to police violence done with impunity. This is the answer. Yeah, Nagashri smile. Yes, I'm following. Very good. You guys are alert. The last slide, vocab consolidation. Write the key words. You got all these words yesterday. Try to recollect, write the key words. In the meantime, I'll write the parts of speech of these words. Heinous, heinous. Either way, it is acceptable. Part of speech, adjective. Chilling, part of speech, adjective. Embolden, verb. Embolden. It can also be adjective. Emboldened. Contempt, noun. Ingrained, quality, adjective. Intimidate, verb. Impunity, noun. Secluded, adjective. Outrage, noun. Solatium, noun. Parts of speech are very important. So, heinous crime means what? Cruel, shocking, cruel, very good. Chilling means what? Causing fear, scary, you can say. Embolden, give courage to someone to act in a particular way. Yes, courageous, very good. Contempt, to look down upon, think someone is inferior or something is not of good quality. Scorn, you can think of. Ingrained means what? Fixed, fixed or deep rooted. You should also recollect words like imbibed, intrinsic, all these, entrenched. Intimidate, we have got many a time. What does it mean? Frighten. Impunity means what? Shield, in a way, protection, above law. Secluded, simple. What does it mean? Isolated. Secluded area means isolated area. Outrage means anger. A lot of anger, we use the word outrage. And solatium, we got the expression ex gratia. Here you can also recollect the word compensate, compensation. I could complete 2 past 8. That's all for today. And those who are new to the channel, have a quick glance. Have a glance. All your questions will be answered. Thanks for being with me till the fag end of the session. And do remember there's no session tomorrow because the Hindu does not publish editorials on Sundays. I will see you guys on Monday. And do remember, Monday I will bring each exam topic 5 questions with the timer. Then you will be ready for the exam. Have a nice day. Have a nice weekend. But before I wind up,